All right. So today I'm going to show you what I've been teaching you the whole time. I'm going to put it all together so you can see, do you know your destiny is just a destination? And I'm giving you the cheat code. But first, you know what we got to do? You know what we got to do? We got to get the Zoom going. Got to get the Zoom going. So let's do that. Okay. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Wait a minute. Here we go. Bringing in the Zoom. Bringing in the Zoom. Here we go. Bringing in the Zoom. One more time. Bringing in the Zoom. Bringing in the Zoom. Hey. Okay. Well, good morning, good evening. What to do? How are you? Hooty hoo. Happy Friday, too. I am the sound of money in your ear. Dollar Avant. That's still double L. I'm up and imitated, never duplicated. They call me the $1 billion babe, aka the pitch queen, aka the people's coach, aka Coach Dollar Bill. And you are in the dollhouse. This is the home of the OGs. You know why I call you OGs? You know why, right? Number one, first of all, y'all will never be replaced. This group here, this group of people right here that have been talking to me since I've been talking crazy with the place that should not be named and just going through all of these situations and changes. When it's millions of people doing this work that y'all are doing right now on a whole different platform, you guys will forever be the OGs. The original. You be the OOGs. You know what I'm saying? The first was to come through all of this energy so we can get off this financial grid. Why? Because we don't have time. We don't have time to play these games, be playing around. It's people still out here with y'all. We just been negotiating a record deal for a family member child. And I'm like, the industry is dead. And baby's like, I know, but then we got to get the people together because they're trying to, those are like soul contracts and stuff. So we have to deal with that. We don't have to do that. We don't have to sell our soul. We don't have to steal things from people. We don't have to take a bad deal. You have to date somebody that is really an awful person. Just try to get in there so you can get, so I can get, you don't have to fly around the whole, just stand outside of conferences and wait for people when they come out the bathroom to try to, you don't have to do all of that. You can just go make some money, buy some assets and leverage them, set yourself up properly like a wealthy person. You know what wealthy people do? They purchase assets. They leverage, they borrow. That means borrow against the asset. If your asset is making you 6, 7, 8% a year, you borrow against that. It costs you, the interest rate on that loan is like 2, 3% a year. So you still coming out clear. You live off of the borrowed money. You see what I'm saying? Then you get insurance, wrap that around everything. That's when the trust and the LLC, all that stuff to be talking about on Instagram. You don't do that first. I mean, you don't start there and then just sit there like, whoop, now I'm rich. Like, no, that's not. Anyway, get your life insurance and all your infinite banking, get all your stuff going. You know what they do? They keep doing that till they die, literally. Then when they die, the life insurance pays off the loans that they were using to fund their lifestyle. That's when you buy the house that you want and the Bentley and do all of that. Because the assets are already purchased. You don't take your first money and go buy that stuff. Like, come on. What are we doing, y'all? It's 2026. Why are people still getting record deal, getting a little $100,000, and then you go buy your dream car? No. Anyway, when they die, the life insurance pays off the little debt that they had, that they were living off of, the credit lines and different things that you hear people talk about, pays all that off. And guess what? The assets then pass on to the children in the trust, and they do it again. They borrow against the assets. They're going to keep appreciating in value, right? So 40 years ago, when mama bought the land and the real estate and whatever it was worth $100,000. When they die, it's worth $1 million. Kids go and borrow against it, leverage. They could buy the house of their dreams and buy a Lambo truck and do all the little stuff, send the babies to private school, do all the stuff they want to do, living off the interest, the little credit line, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The little payments come out, but they're still getting interest every year. It's still growing in value every year. You know what I'm saying? You refinance when rates go down, refinance and get a better one. All of that. And you live your whole life. You win and you got boats, you know what I'm saying? We go to the lake house, we do all this stuff. All of that is being paid for. The assets don't move. The assets just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Then when they die, This is literally what the Rockefellers did. This is how they do generational wealth. The life insurance pays off those debts, and the assets go to their children. And then they do it again. Do it again. Do it again. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If we can't do it in the microcosm, if we can't do it in the day-to-day of our day-to-day schedule and how you structure your time and getting yourself in a rhythm to like go talk to people and go do these little basic things that you need to do, if you can't get an engine going at this micro level, how do you expect it just to magically happen at the macro level to take care of you and 7 generations after you? Like, what are we talking about?
I completely agree. I am on the train. I just left a meeting. It wasn't a meeting. I was checking out the event space to make sure I remember where everything is. Take a little video for the participants for tomorrow for my event, and yeah, I was in the mode for that, right? But then the facility manager that met me, he introduced himself. You know, we started talking. He's showing me where everything is. Showing me extra rooms like ballrooms and stuff for my other events. When I want to have one, I'm like, yes, this is great. There's a place for a dinner if I want to have one. I was telling him some of my ideas and he was excited. And he asked me, you know, what I'm doing this for and you know, what, who am I with? Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, pitch time.
Come on.
You know, but that's the thing. I'm glad I've been practicing because I was distracted because we were doing something else. And then he was distracted because like his phone was pinging and there's contractors there that are, you know, doing a whole thing. So we're just chatting and he's you know, I tell him what I do. You know, I'm the owner of Sight Spark Studios. I help nonprofit leaders and business owners who are too tired, too frustrated, or just don't know what to do with their website. And he automatically raised his hand. I didn't even have to finish the pitch or like go into my extra. He was just like, raise hand. He's like, I have 2 businesses and I need help with my website. I'm like, oh, that was unexpected. I did not come here, but I came here, you know, with I'm open and I'm ready to talk to people and see what everybody's about and leaning into it more. Yeah, and now I'm on this call while I'm on my way to Smyrna, where my best friend is, where we're going to work a little bit together. Beautiful. So I can get some time in with her. But I was like, oh, I'm going to have to miss dog because I planned on going across the street to Starbucks, sitting down with my computer and doing this meeting and, you know, working. And he was like, how long are you going to be here? Like, I was like, I do want to hear more about your businesses and what's going on with you. Cause we didn't have a lot of time to talk. Because of the contractors, of course. So, I was just like, don't worry. You know, we'll get info. How about you give me your number and then I'll just go ahead and text you now. And then we have it locked in and I'm like, don't worry. Like, I'll be back tomorrow. He was, I was like, don't stress.
It's beautiful.
Cause he was upset. He had to leave.
Yeah, man.
Jesus. People are driving crazy. He was upset. I could see that he wanted to talk more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to share that. It was very unexpected, but
this is why we do it.
Surprise.
Yeah, man.
You know. I did my meditation this morning.
Come on.
Like I signed up with my yoga teacher. She does yoga or she does meditation in the morning at like 6:30 to 7. And I don't wake up for nobody for that time unless I have to take the kids to school or something. But I got myself up out of bed. I set my alarms. I did it and I felt amazing. And it was just a great day it was a great start to the day. She sent me the card that she had picked at the beginning of the practice that she didn't show me. She gave me my goddess card. It was like I forget what it's like come back to your soul or something like that. And I was like, wow, I just started reading the Untethered Soul and things are aligning.
Come on.
A lot.
This is what I'm talking about. We live here now.
Yes, I love it here.
You know what I'm saying? Love it here. Why wouldn't we go anywhere else? That's what I'm talking about. Abundance is everywhere, man. That's what I'm talking about. And yes, that is the
and then
reason
I
why.
also wanted to share, sorry.
Go for it.
So I just started that competition for the Entrepreneur of Impact. And I was at 21 and now I'm at, or I checked last night, I'm at 10.
Woo!
I was like,
top 10.
People are coming through. So I made a little face video that I'll post later that was impromptu. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm like, you know what? I'm outside, so it doesn't matter.
Beautiful.
But
I love it.
Thanking the community, because I was really surprised. I was like, thank you. My mom's at work saying she's gonna get her coworkers to vote too.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Very dope. I was just gonna say that is one of the reasons why we practice the pitch every day. Like if somebody says, "Tell me a little bit about yourself," where are you from? Where'd you grow up? You don't have to be like, okay, let me remember what I'm going to say. Like, okay, how many brothers and sisters do you have? You're not like, okay, hold on. I can't remember. It just comes out of you because it's who you are. So if we practice our pitch and practice our pitch and practice our pitch, and you're just like handling your business, you're at the grocery store, somebody bump into their cart, and you're like, excuse me. And it's like, oh, my bad. I like your shirt. What's that? What you do? Boom.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yes.
I was like, all right, I'm ready.
There you go.
Here. And now, and it sounds like I have a client that has 2 websites, that's waiting for me to help him. And then I've got, and then my other client that I met there, something told her to come in today. She didn't even plan on coming in, but she did. And it was a pleasant surprise because she's got a school that she's opening, and I'm doing her website for that, and also helping with school a little bit. So it's just all syncing. It's a really nice feeling.
Oh, so since you're talking, I'm going to ask everybody this every Friday until we figure it out. What is the dollhouse?
What is the dollhouse? The dollhouse is a place entrepreneurs can come to strategize, get a strategy in place to help them move forward with their business.
I like that. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to try or just share before we get into it today?
Yes, it's a place to set your soul free.
Okay, place to set your soul free. Come on. I like that.
Did you see the video that I sent you?
I haven't watched it yet.
It's so good. I mentioned you a couple of times.
Cool.
And, I was really inspired. I'm just coming from the school today, and I'm Tracy V with Yatas Yoga, where yoga is the dance of the soul. And I help people over 40 put down their 40 ounce and start to get high off of their own breath. They go from weed to win, from cigarettes to sensations, and they feel sensational. Yes, this is what I do. And I've been doing it in 3 different continents for over 19 years. And right now I'm creating a cohort of 90 people ready to give 100% of their efforts. That's all I have. And that's actually from my head. I just did that from my mind.
Okay, very good. Very good.
I'm just coming from the school. Today was a very inspired day. And I love, Makaya, send the link for the voting. I'd love to vote. I also started my day with meditation. And through the meditation, I realized I had a whole day. And because I'm not really on the elephant diet yet, it took my meditation to make me realize, Tracy, you're not coming back home. You actually are outside today. And I would not have known that if I didn't sit down still in the morning, which was shocking because I had a lot to do today. So I went to the school, and today was the students. I had to be with them, and they had a very busy schedule because they also had a job fair. And I checked out the job fair wanting to see if I was going to be in that room or in the cafeteria. And I decided to stay where I was because it was just me in the cafeteria. I was the only person that was there that day to show whatever they were doing. So I stayed, and it was so hype. I was extremely shocked how these high schoolers were like goo goo gaga over yoga. One dude, was like, what can yoga do for me? And I said, I can teach you how to get high off your breath. We had swarms of guys. There was like more guys.
No, I love this. I love this. Now,
crazy.
I just want to, for the record, just everybody here is witness. Did I not say that your money was in the schools?
And doll, I'm continuing to tell you this. Like my daughter's asking me, other people, you saw who was asking, I think Sweetie was asking, someone was asking me in the dollhouse. I tell you, the day I went there, I had no plans of going, only because you were in my ear and said schools were a good idea. I was literally looking at that stuff. I'm like, I'm definitely not going there. And I was like, no, Tracy, doll said. And I walked in, and this thing is bringing money, and it's walking. It's like it has legs. It's almost
Look,
flying.
if that teacher, if those teachers, that principal, and those kids want it, every school in this country wants it and needs it.
It's crazy. I am about to start hosting yoga boot camps because what's happening is it's people think mindfulness is slow.
It's 222. It's 222.
It's oh yes, the 222 thing. Yeah. So yeah, I was showing them push-ups. I was showing them downward dog. I did handstands, headstands, countless time. It was bananas. And it's like the kids, I think they have 20 minutes for lunch. They spent most of the time. There was 4 lunch periods.
That's so cool.
We were going, and it was wild out. And it's like they were completely into this.
Yes.
And I got to also announce it. First, the cop announced, like they have cops there. They don't have any metal detectors, but they have cops working the school. He announced, we have Yiddy dots. And then I was like, you mind if I make my announcements? So I made the announcement. Then the next period I made it. And then the only thing they correctly said, listen, they didn't say it while I was on the mic, but like when I was coming back the second time, they said, listen, don't say the word hi because these parents. But the first time I was like, yeah, my name is Tracy D. I had to hold the kids. And I said, I can teach you how to get high off your own.
Yeah,
They're like, what? And I said, I'll take you from weed to wind, from cigarettes to sensation. They're like, and even before I did any of that, they were already at my table. But when they heard this, they're like, how the hell? And they felt it like they.
So you just have to alter it because you're talking to children. You just alter it for them, but same energy. I love this. And I'm excited because this is something that I really want to impact students and to watch how they were so. To even the Haiti retreat, I was like, they're like, oh, Haiti. I was like, what? Have you ever thought about going to Haiti? She was like, yeah, I have. I mean, I did ancestry and I realized I have some Haitian in me. You better get see, that's a whole nother thing you can do. And there's so much.
Yes, Tracy, yes.
Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars. I'm excited for you.
Millions of dollars.
Thank you.
Unlock.
Thank you. And this was you, doll, because this is my audience. One, the principal, she's like, I need harder yoga. I wish more people would tell me harder yoga because that's what I want to teach. It's the only way to quiet
the mind. That's a subsegment of people who are ready for the push. That's a subsegment. People who just want to stretch and be cute. That's a subsegment. People who've never been introduced to it before. You know what I'm saying? You got legs. This is millions and millions of dollars.
I was pushing it today. Like literally we kept going. And then I was listening to Spirit. There was one part we were going from pose to pose. And I said to Spirit, I said, we outside. And then the girls like, we outside. And we like clapped each other up. And the guys are in it and they're doing their thing. And the Spirit was like, okay. Then I was like, I'm trying to think what to do next that would be interesting. Spirit said, go into a squat. And I'm like about to debate like Spirit. I'm like, squat is not interesting. But I said, no. Spirit said squat. I said, okay, guys, we squatting. I squatted. And then from there, it was easy. I was like, oh yeah, we're going into standing pigeon. And then from standing pigeon, we're standing rocking baby. Then we're into dancing Shiva. They were like, what the hell? And I was like, all of this because I followed the simple thing of Tracy go into it. The squat is next. And it transitions into this beautiful dance of like,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That they were like,
intuition always knows.
Zone. You're in your zone.
You take a step and then boom, you're there. It's a whole other room. You didn't know it was there. This is what I'm talking about. This right here, what you're doing right now is why I wanted to do Making the Bank. Because the transformation, ma'am, from where you started to this story today.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm talking about. And everybody on this phone.
People.
Yes.
New Tracy.
You see what I'm saying?
And now even before when I got out the car to work today, first of all, I needed elephant diet. That's what I really need because I almost missed my whole day because I was thinking I was going to go to the gym, train a client, work out, and then go home and go to the library. But then in meditation, I'm like, Tracy, you have a whole day today.
Mm-hmm.
You have people picking up flyers to go distribute for you. You have this other thing. Someone else called me to make me money. They're like, hey, send me your website. I want to book my stretch session. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, Tracy, you need to have a system, because now it's kind of getting out of hand.
Here we go. Exactly. So we're going to talk about it today. I love this. You see, everybody can see the shift is here. So we live here now. We're not the same person we were. Identity has shifted. We're doing, you know what I'm saying? We're over here now.
And one last thing, though, I'm always thinking about my age. Like, I'm looking at myself. Like, I went to school. I wanted to have my grades out, but Spirit was like, no, wear a nice little scarf with your grades showing at the top. Just dress how you want to dress. Yeah. But then I was thinking the students weren't going to be that into me. But one student was like, I think it's mainly Black kids, but I think he was a Jew, and he's like, I love this. I love you. And he was like, he gave me a high five. And it's like they were so into it, and it had nothing to do with my age. They just like my.
That's totally made up. False limits.
It is made up.
Completely made up.
None of them were thinking about that.
Right. But nobody concerned. I love it. I want more stories. I need more energy.
Yes.
I need more of this.
So thank you, doll. I do appreciate this.
This is why we do this. You see what I'm saying? You just validated.
Oh, I also told him about you, doll.
Who? Oh, good.
I was like, I have a meeting with my business coach at 2:00. And he was like, oh, when can we talk? And he's like, oh, you have a business coach. I need one of those. I was like, oh, I
he
do.
One. Everybody does. They just don't know that they do. They don't know that they do. That's why I said, what is the dollhouse? Because I'm not doing this to go outward, but I need to go outward. So it's hard for you guys sometimes to tell people. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. You just need to talk about, you know what I'm saying? We need to get some language for this energy. But yes.
Well,
pretty much. I just said business coach.
Yeah, I like that.
I would send him the info.
Yeah,
so
that's
good. Join the group.
Perfect.
Go ahead. That's why I did.
Oh, go ahead. But I think the dollhouse, just real briefly.
Yes.
I say it's a place of clarity, a space for an awakening. The dollhouse is where you face the version of you that will rise.
I like that. See, there's a lot of poets in this group. Latanja's a poet too.
Perfect.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I did the live yesterday where I mentioned.
I'm going to watch it.
No, but I was trying to think about how to give this information because when I'm doing my lives, I be flowing. But I'm like, how do I flow and not be honest with the fact that this is all Avant? Like, this is not. This is like, it's not that it wasn't in me, but I definitely wasn't watering this garden before you. I'm not going to say I didn't believe in intuition, but you speak to my soul. That's why you're watering a garden that I had ignored. Like I planted it, and then I was like, okay, do what you need to do on your own. I'll be over here.
Yes.
And now, like, that's the reason why I was like, no, Trace, you have to say her name. Like, I didn't know I was going to say it, but I did know that.
That's
I
cool.
just wanted to flow. And in that flow, I just kept saying, oh, yeah, my coach is all about this is what I'm learning.
That's really cool.
And I think that's what's happening for all of us. We're just realizing that this is happening fast.
I love it.
And they say that in Think and Grow Rich, that riches, when they come in droves. They come so fast. You wonder.
It's like, whoa, hey, because you're here now.
Where was this hiding?
You're here now. It's like being on a road trip. And you're going cross country, and it's a long 3 days, and you sleep in the car, and you wake up, and you're like, whoa, we're here now. There's palm trees now. Like, I didn't have this before. Like, there's an ocean right there.
That's a perfect description.
That's what it's like. And it's just like, wait a minute. People calling me, hold on. Because you're here now. You made the shift. When you change your radio station, it was country and whatever was going on before, and then static. Oh, my God, I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. I can't make it. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. And then Beyonce is on the radio. It's just, we're here now. So welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Anybody else want to share? What is the dollhouse? What we're excited about? I guess it's Friday vibes. That's the new thing we're doing too. Friday is Friday vibes. So we're just going to be kind of doing the thing. And then today I'm going to show you exactly how all these pieces fit together, because this is literally physics. So I found a way to visualize it. I know that we have visual learners in the group. Micaiah was the one that kept mentioning that. I have slides for everything. Y'all know I used to do everything with a whiteboard, but it's been challenging for me to get it the way that I think. But today I got it in a format that I can share with you. So anyway, anybody else want to share before I do that? We won't be on long. We should be off by 3. So you have your beautiful Friday. Okay. I still want y'all to say, what is the dollhouse? You can put it in the chat until we find the language that we love. We're going to keep working on it. Okay. So let me share this with you guys. And we'll get up out of here for today.
I got it.
What you got?
The dollhouse is a place where we dance with our intuition.
I like that too. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful language. My goodness. Come on, dance with the intuition. Who don't want to do that? I want to do that. Okay. Okay. So today, I already showed you guys this, but this is the Destiny Matrix. This is what I've been teaching people. Because when I started before, high school, middle school, elementary school, back when you used to draw and doodle in your notebook and all kind of stuff. And, as I went through the years, I realized that I'm, one of the many things that I am, but I would meet a lot of people who are what we would call dreamers, visionaries, right? It's like, I just know I got people say I got a calling on my life. They say, I know there's greatness in me. I got, I just feel like I have this destiny, I'm saying, something big I'm supposed to do, right? And that's how you get caught up and you just start going all the way left in manifestation, and you go down rabbit holes, and you can spend your whole life in a lot of pain because you're seeing this vision of what you want your life to be, but there's such a huge gap between what you see and what you experience. One of the things I learned, just like I say, time is literally money, and it is a location. Your destiny is actually just a destination. I mean, you can see the word right there. So the question is, where are you going to end up? And where you end up is determined by this right here. And this has to do, as above, so below. Everybody's heard it, but nobody really lives by this. Even spiritual people or people who are religious, whatever, are not always connecting the dots. Like some of the deepest, or in a good way, most spiritual people that I know, some of them really struggle with finances because nobody connects these dots. So we're going to connect it today. We went over it last night, but let me put it all together for you. Okay, my animations are not going to let me be great. So let me try, see if it'll work. Let's see. Okay, so we start with desire. This is the thing you said you wanted. You had a vision, like all of that language lives in this quadrant up here, okay? Most people stay right there, and I'll tell you why that's dangerous in a minute. Whether you believe it or not, that's going to bump into a brick wall or a ceiling, let's say, known as your beliefs, which we'll talk about. You're going to have whatever actions you're doing in your life, whether you're doing absolutely nothing, just sitting and waiting on something to happen to you, you're spinning around in the backyard 3 times and blowing cinnamon and bay leaves, and that's all you're doing. You're, whether you're running around trying to, meet people, trying to scam people, whatever actions you're doing is based on what you believe. And then you're going to have your results. Now, here's the challenge. Most people, because they live in this top left quadrant, like they live there, and you're not supposed to live there. I'll show you where we're supposed to live in a minute. They think that I believe, not even I believe, this is what I want. And then just magically, I'm going to see that in my life. That's where results are. That's not how it works. So there's a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of people doing really delusional things who are 40, 50, 60, 90 years old, still talking about, I'm going to be a rapper. Because they think it just goes from, if I want it bad enough, it'll happen. And then they bring that same mindset into entrepreneurship. And it is false. This is not how this works. It's not how it works. Because they believe that they could just have a desire and then change that 3D. That's the 3D down here, what we can see. That's not how it works. You have to deal with the 4D. It's a game of concentration. You see that. Desire on the left has to match. These beliefs over here have to match on the right. That's the only way that it now starts to manifest down into the 3D. So if you don't get this top part right, you're not going to see it in your lived experience. Okay, so how does it go? Beliefs, actions, results. You see the BAR. You actually have to raise the bar. If you don't like what you're seeing in your life, you don't like what you're experiencing, you have to raise the bar. Change your beliefs, change your actions, get different results. Take feedback from those results. Allow that to inform the lens through which you see the world and adjust your actions accordingly, so forth and so on. It's like you're a farmer. Okay. This is a requirement. It's not optional. You have to be intentional about this. Okay. Now, that means basically every time you begin a new goal, you say you want something, you have a new desire, you have to become a new great, a new version of yourself. This is the Big Bang Theory, BANG, begin a new goal, become a new great. Book number 35,000 that I have to get out to the world. But that's literally what it means. Like this whole universe that I'm about to show you, you have to do it again when you change and have a new desire for something you want to be. So you telling me you want to be an entrepreneur. You telling me you want to get off the financial grid. You telling me you want to be completely independent of all external systems, but still have money that you could depend on that's coming in like clockwork. And I'm telling you, okay, we got to recalibrate all of this. So how do you do that? We have to understand what this is. So your desire is your North Star. And I need that to stay focused. You can't tell me today I want to, be this, and then tomorrow you're telling me something totally different. Some people are all over the place, and you want to be 87,000 things. And maybe you'll be those in time, maybe, but we got to zoom in on one at a time. This is a zoom in. And in a minute, we're about to zoom in again. Okay, so you got to zoom in on one desire. So I want to be a business owner. I want to have this kind of business, and I want to be in real estate, and I want to be a lawyer, and I want to be a musician, and I want to be a supermodel, and I want to. No, I need you to lock in on one North Star. Because if you tell me I want to go to Los Angeles, and I want to go to Seattle, and I want to go to Maine, and baby, I can't. We're not going to back out of the driveway. We can't go anywhere. I need you to pick a North Star so that we can navigate this thing. Is that all right? And so a lot of people, and the older they are, the harder it is. I'm like, hey, that's so cool that you want to do 17,000 things. Love that. Love that for you. We're going to have to pick one. Just one. That becomes your North Star. The word desire literally means to come from the stars. Pick one. Okay? So a clear concept. What are we doing? The worldview, like all that stuff I asked you guys to answer. Why are you doing this? Why does it matter to you? What's at stake if we don't do it? You've carved out, this is where I'm headed. This is my concept. Cool. Then we got to get over here and deal with your thoughts and your emotions. An emotionally charged thought is what a belief is. Okay, so every day you wake up, how you feel, what are you thinking? How do you feel? What are you thinking? You need to be auditing that all day long. Do not allow your thoughts and emotions to just go crazy. Because the thoughts that you keep thinking, emotionally charged thoughts, that's going to form your beliefs. Your beliefs are like the seat upon which your identity sits, like the seat of your soul. So it doesn't matter what you told me you want, and yeah, I would love to have this kind of business and da 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 da. If your identity is not aligning with that because your thoughts or emotions are out of whack all day, you will not have the capacity to be able to hold that. So if I have a bucket and I'm pouring water into this bucket and it's got all these holes in the bottom, you don't have the capacity. It's just going to run right out. So it doesn't matter how big your vision is and what you think you ought to do. If you're not managing your thoughts and emotions and regulating your nervous system and taking limiting beliefs, oh, I'm too old for this. Oh, no. Get all that out of there. You don't have the capacity to embody, to hold this energy long enough. You haven't aligned your identity with the version of yourself that can actually have what you said you desire. So you got a lot of work to do in this arena. And what so happens is what you do most frequently actually becomes your frequency, which might pop up here in a minute. But then if you can regulate that, you get your strategy. And then you'll have some tactics, some things that you start doing. And what most people do is they get trapped. They want to be an entrepreneur. Then they come down here and they start. Somebody said, oh, I need a landing page. Oh, I need an email newsletter. Oh, I need to put a little pop-up on my website. Oh, I need to get a link tree. Oh, I need to redesign my logo. Like, these are tactics. And that's so far down the list. Like, you don't start with tactics. And so we spend all of our time and energy running after, oh, somebody said that I need ... something you saw on Instagram. And every business has a ... So you just start running after these little tactics, and there's no strategy. It's not based on anything, and it's not coming from intuition. Intuition lives up here in the top right quadrant. Intuition should be guiding your strategy along with your coaches and your mentors and people, advisors, people in your industry, people who've been where you're trying to go will help you steer this car. That's what strategy is. It's like, we need to go this way. Just like strategy and stratosphere, this is how we elevate. This is how we get to the North Star that we're headed towards. We got to elevate. We got to ascend. We got to transcend some things. So we can't take that lightly and just get stuck in the weed and running tactic to tactic. Whatever the most popular seminar is, we just run into another tactic. Okay. If you do all of these things, whatever you're doing or not doing in the beliefs and the actions column, that's what your life is going to be. That's going to be what you actually see in your life. So again, what most people do, they have a desire and they expect to see it. And then if they don't see what they want, then they start getting upset, getting in pain. They start doing a lot of silly stuff, but they never fix this part. You're supposed to live over here in the top right quadrant. Because whatever you do here most frequently, your thoughts, emotions, your identity, your capacity, and do it again, your cadence, whatever you do most frequently, that is your frequency. And whatever frequency you're on is going to determine the actions that you take. And the actions that you take in this energetic field are going to determine your life and what you see. So you can't skip steps in this process. This is literally how things come from the unseen to the seen. So now, when you start a business, people start with this idea in their mind that the kind of money they want to make. Oh, I want to make $100,000 a year. I want to make $1 million a year, I always try to get people to break it down to a monthly number, because then I could break it down to a daily number. So how much money would you like to make a year? And then how much is that a month? Then how much is that a day? And then what are you selling? And then how many people do I need to reach to hit that number? So once you know what your monthly number is, I'm normalizing $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 months in the dollhouse. Okay. So how do we get there? We got to bring somebody into our world first for free. I just met you now. Don't ask me for money. I just met you right now. So what can you do for free? Your 5-star pitch is more than enough to get somebody to say, hey, I'd like more information. Take my information. Boom. We had our first exchange. Then you give them something that's a low cost item. You know what I mean? That they could just come on in the door and see what's really going on here. Oh, I like this. This is cool. You got all this going on. Wow, amazing. Da, 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 da. Okay. Then you give them your core offer. And now you got some steady, consistent revenue coming in and things are happening. And then you could do your premium and, be extra. You can have a membership where it's consistently coming in. You can have, VIP things. You can have, things on bigger platforms because you have your core in place. And these things combined are like a ladder that are going to walk you up to your monthly number. Because remember, we're ascending to the stars. We're ascending to the stratosphere. Like we're going up. We're spiraling up. Everything is up. We want better results than we could have got on our own. We want higher than zero in our bank account. We want to, it's an upward motion. And that's how you get there. So as above, so below. If you don't fix the above, it's not going to happen in the below. If you're feeling overwhelmed and I'm hustling and I'm struggling and you just need to pause and come back up here and fix the above. Okay? Recalibrate. Now, we've got single-mindedness. Got a North Star. I'm not confused. I know who I am. All the principles I teach of entrepreneurship, like all financial capital, social capital. I may not have no money right now, but I know I got, a clear concept. And I know that I'm convinced there are at least 100,000 people in the world that have this problem. So I know I can find enough people to do what I need to do to hit this, single-minded, not up one day and down the next, up one day and nervous the next, up one day I can't do it the next. Like we gotta lock in. Okay, North Star. You have to be committed to structuring your time, elephant diet. And when you get some money, you need some kind of budget. It can't just be money came in, I don't know where it went. You're an entrepreneur now. Because if the money comes in, $500, and you just immediately go to Juicy Crab to make yourself feel better because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and then 2 weeks later, there's an opportunity to go to a conference or to invest in something that's really going to take your business there, but you just spent the money because you're still running the Juicy Crab every Friday. You got to have some structure around how your energy flows out, because that's your investment: time, energy, effort, focus, and attention. You got to have some structure around what you do with your time, energy, effort, focus, and attention. And money is just energy. So you have to put some kind of structure. Okay. Otherwise, you have chaos. You see, I have spirals right here. You either are going to have total chaos, just or you're going to have structure. There's no middle ground. Okay. So committing to structure is a very important part of making this recipe happen. This is a recipe. So single-mindedness. I'm not all over the place. I have one goal right now. This is what I'm building right now. When I get this going, then I'll go to my next. I have a million ventures that I want to. That's fine. I need you to get me lock in on one. Okay. Let's get this one profitable. But can we do that? Okay, cool. Single-minded. Now we need some structure. You can't skip this. You can't be like, yeah, no, I'm supposed to do this, but I haven't done it. But this is a recipe. Okay. So we got our structure. Then we go to safety in your nervous system, safety, your thoughts, your emotions. Like, don't have no toxic people around you. Like, home base. We live here now. We're protecting this house. You can't go and have an amazing day. I know, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. You're so excited. And then as soon as you go back home, somebody in your ear, oh, you ain't nothing, and now you're depressed for 3 weeks. Like, we need safety. We need protection around our emotions and our nervous system state so that we can get in our creative zone. Intuition can speak and we can go ahead and do what we need to do. Safety. Okay. As we talked about the stage, you need a place to stand. That's the funnel. I put a funnel right there because people use the word funnel. It's really just a stage. The world is out here. Everybody's busy. They're doing what they need to do. And you have this idea. You have this concept. We've developed the concept, got some basic content. We know how to show up and talk to people now. We've been working really hard on our social media, how we do hooks and how we tell the story and how we zoom in on the problem and do all of that. So now you're building a stage, platforms, speaking live, doing events, virtual or in person, having a podcast, your email newsletter, your social media, all your platforms. This is a stage where people can come and hear your thought leadership, kind of see you demonstrate your expertise, see your body of work. They can do a deep dive and watch videos with you, hang out with you, go live with you, do all this stuff. They come into your world. Okay. Then we have a store. We set up a place. This is, see the target? This is where they can come. It's not, I can help you guys. Just let me know what you need. I can help. That's too vague. I don't know what to do with that. I mean, what are you? I don't mean to be crass. I'm saying, like, you're not a slave. You're not an indentured servant. You're not just like, just hire me. Like, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it for you. And you don't understand how many people in the dollhouse are walking around talking like that. I'll just do whatever. No, I need you to have packages, pricing, and this is how I work. You can get this, or this. What do you want to do? You need a store. Okay. And then we want to digitize as much of that as we can. And then this is the community, the society, the social network, the cadence, the place where people can come and gather and have a shared emotional experience around who you are and what you do. That's how your narrative is going to grow. That's how your narrative is going to expand and explode beyond you. This is how you get to level 3 on the video game, where it's going many to many. Okay. After that, we get into our sales. That's when most people start here. They want to start here on the roadmap. They want to start here. When you go to a business program, they want to tell you to write down a business plan and make up some numbers about your sales projections. Like, stop it. But here, now you're going to really have sales that you're tracking. You should be able to scale and grow over time. You can make decisions about, okay, this is working here. Now we can just scale it. Now maybe it makes sense to run some ads, or now we can do some collabs or whatever. We can scale what's already working. We need some systems. It goes right back to structure. You have to have internal structure, like you and how you show up in the world every day. Then you want to put those same constraints and structure on your business. Not just money came in the business bank account, and then it went out. We don't know what happened. Are we tracking this money? Where's the bookkeeping? How do we, what are the, how do we spend our time? What are the jobs to be done in this business? Job costing, like there's all type of things that need to be documented inside of a living, breathing business entity. Need some systems, document, automation, all the things, and then staff. Now, the key is a lot of that staffing can be done with AI and AI agents now. I'm seeing more and more and more people make 6 figures and 7 figures and more with 0 employees. So we can learn that skill and we can get really good at this. So remember that this little target, that's that store, the thing that we're zooming in on. The intersection between all of the structure and systems and the line between the seen and the unseen, right in the center of that. The point of connection is the birthplace of all currency. That's where people give you money. When you started a business, see the brain at the top. We had this idea. This is what I want to do. Okay, cool. But until you regulate your nervous system and get your limbic system together, get your chakras together, you got to do all of that. That's why we got to meditate. We start there. Then single-mindedness, come to the structure. Structure is do my 5-star pitch like this because this is how we do the 5-star pitch. Structure is follow the Afro method because that's how we do it. It's the Afro method because it's already encoded. Structure is when I write my stories and do all the stuff, I'm not just off the dome. I'm following what's been proven by thousands of people before me to work. Structure. Protecting your peace, safety in your nervous system, protecting your thoughts and emotions. Don't let yourself spiral and crash out for 42 days. Like, no. Protecting yourself from toxic people and environments that are not serving you. Doing the work to broadcast your brilliance on a stage where people can come and hear and see what you got going on. Don't be the best kept secret out here. And the store, you give them an offer ladder. Not, hey, I just met you, pay me $17,000. No. Need something for free? That should be entrance into your social network, by the way. That free thing they should be over there. They should be hanging out, seeing value, getting, seeing other people hanging out with you, all the things. Giving that entry level offer, giving that core offer, and then there's other stuff that they can get from you. right? And then if you get now you got sales, now we put that on the system, and now we get some staff and some AI and some automation, so that keeps happening on autopilot. That's how you go from an idea in your head to something that's paying you over and over and over again. Right? Paying you over and over again. That's the dream. That's the goal. That's the dream. So up here, we need to make sure we have our vision, values, strategy, experiment, embed. Everything runs through this. This is the filter that we run everything through. Every new person, every new idea, every new opportunity, every new, oh, I never knew about that. Run it through the filter. And then run it through the system. And money should be coming out the other end. If it doesn't pass all of these checks along the way, set it to the side. Maybe it's for later. Maybe, not right now. But don't break your machine trying to put something in here that doesn't pass the filters. Okay. And those S's, you see that S cycle of acceleration right there in the middle? That's what that is. That's how you get up here to step 5 on this roadmap. If you get up here, congratulations. You're a founder. You'll be making at least 10,000, probably 20 more a month on autopilot, an automated way to reach your people, know how to guide them to make a purchase, and deliver this product or service to them seamlessly. It's automated. It's not that there's not things to do, but it's an established process of how you do it. Not like, I need to make some money. I don't know where my money's coming from. That's what I want for everybody here. So I'm going to stop sharing and y'all can talk. What we got? She loves the visuals and animations. Ha! I know, right? I mean, if we're done, we're done. It's 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? We go home.
Well, I was trying to rest. But then every time you talk, doll, I just feel like I need to move, like to get up. So I told you I rushed out the house today because I thought I was going to go home. And after meditation, I realized I had to pack up quickly. So I was about to take myself to Chick-fil-A and get some fries because I didn't bring any food. But now I'm like, no, Tracy, that was your fault that you didn't have an elephant diet and you didn't plan for your day. So now I'm just eating what I see at the yoga studio, which I had some bread that my mom made. I had some peanut butter that I left here. And I'm just gonna eat this homemade bread and some peanut butter. And then when I get home, because I have a client coming in another hour, I'm gonna just eat it and just know that I need to be on my damn elephant diet because I have a lot of food at home. I'm not someone that does juicy crap. 99.9% of my food is at home. Yet today, because of no elephant diet, I almost missed my whole damn schedule. So what you're speaking right now, I'm listening. Beautiful. I'm just letting you know that.
Love it. Yes. Hey, Latasha, go for it.
Yes, I was wondering about the North Star and all of the things that I'm doing. I know it's just one thing to focus on. Is it fair to say that if I focus on doing my morning, that's one thing?
When I say one thing, I mean, what is this business that we're building? Remember I said, if I ask you, what is your end game? What do you want this to look like? If your business gets built to exactly what you want it to be, what is that?
I would want the actual workshop to be implemented in the school system as well. It's a Lady Academy workshop.
Okay. So, and I know we haven't even really started our school campaign with you yet. So yeah, so that's your North Star. Okay. So the idea is, it's kind of like your 5-star pitch, your vision. I want to be able to teach, women, young girls, young ladies how to, go from whatever state to whatever state. Right. And I want to do that in the form of books and journals and workshops. And I want those to be available to people nationwide, in schools and, private events and workshops. I really want to be known for that. Right. So it's like a media empire, public speaking, training company. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the North Star. So what I mean when I say North Star, I just mean if you also wanted to like, I can't think of something totally random and not related to that. But if there was some other vision that you had, right? It's not that you can't do it. It's just that that's not in this matrix that we just built. You see what I'm saying? There's a set of activities that go with that North Star that you just told me. And you have to make sure that your energy is going through the whole cycle to get that North Star accomplished.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Everything is make it to the North Star.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes.
Okay. Come through, Clarity.
Yes, Clarity. So y'all know I went to Frederick Douglass High School, and his paper that he wrote, his famous newspaper or whatever, it's called the North Star. So, you know, we had the best band in Atlanta. And, you know, like FAMU is for colleges, that's what we were. And I was, you know, on the dance team, and we were the North Starettes. And so, but anytime you were like, you know, like navigation, like a compass, like anything, it's a, you know, it's going by those little stars, the North Star. That's like your direction. So that's what I mean. Because they say, you know, I don't fly planes yet. I'm doing that in my next decade. I'm learning how to fly planes. If you're on a runway and you set the coordinates when you get ready to take off, they say if you turn the nose of the plane a couple of inches this way to the left or to the right, and you're flying, let's say from Los Angeles, you're supposed to be going to New York. If you turn it a couple of inches to the right, let's say, you'll end up in like DC. Like you'll be at a totally different destination based on what you focus on when you start. So that's why I use that terminology, North Star, is to guide your compass. Because the people you meet, the opportunities that come to you, the phone calls that you get, you know, somebody going to try to pull you this way, pull you that way, partners, you know, people are going to come into your energy field. But while you're building this thing, you got to stay focused and locked in on your North Star. Does this contribute to where I'm headed right now? Or is it something for later? You just keep them in your, you know, keep in your pocket. Maybe in a few years that you'll come back to that, but don't let anything get you off your North Star. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
One thing that you said that kind of resonated with me is the last night, not only just last night, but today as well. But last night when you were talking about the elephant diet and all of the things that you put out there for us to implement into our business, and knowing that I'm not like fully utilizing that, you know, it made me like really try to put that in perspective as far as how do I take the steps to do that. So okay. I did my bougie GPT of choice, and I went in and I said, hey, I need to do this, and this. Mm-hmm. And I said, can you help me do this? And I didn't even realize, honestly, I guess I need to do another thing that you mentioned is like really kind of do a refresh course or a course on my GPT of choice, because like I didn't know you could set alarms on there. So like I'm like, hey, can you set an alarm for this time to tell me to stop baking, or can you tell me to set an alarm for this, that, and the other? And so it was like, yeah, so they could set up the 10 alarms.
Nice.
And I was like, oh yeah. So now I'm just I've already set my course for next week where I'm literally implementing the elephant diet as it pertains to my business. So it's like, okay, I know what I need to do. So it's just a matter of doing it.
That's so cool.
That will be next steps. And then also when you just said today, one thing that I'm noticing about my business is that, yeah, like I generate a nice income overall, but I do feel like sometimes when I go in and then it's time, I got to go on a supply run, the supplies do kind of like wipe me out almost. It's like I don't feel like I'm really gaining traction in the area of like savings where I want to be, because once I actually implement my supplies, even though it's like a one-time purchase and I don't have to do it regularly, it's like once I get those supplies, it's like, oh, are we down to, and I try not to get under a certain number when it comes to my budget. So like, I'm like, damn, like I'm down to here. So like now I feel like I'm back at square one sometimes. So I'm like working on trying to figure out how to better that system.
Yeah.
Like how do I do better with keeping I don't want to just be at square one. I want to be above that. And so I'm like, I go up and then I go down, and then it's like I'm up again and then I'm like down again. So I definitely do no juicy crab. So that's not a factor.
Right.
It's just like I'm hitting my numbers, and then once I actually have like this big supply need, then it's like, okay, I'm back down to where I don't want to be. So I guess that's like besides doing the elephant diet, implementing that's like my next thing, is like figuring out that budget and where I can kind of tweak stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big thing for a lot of people who are who sell physical products. Because, you got to make sure your margins are, accounting for this, accounting for that, and, all of that. And then having enough volume to where the overhead is covered, the supplies are covered, all these things are covered. And then you still have the operating expense. And from that is where you should be paying yourself, right? And 99% of people who are selling physical products are not doing it like that. It's just kind of money coming in the bucket, and then we spend what we need, and then we take care of the house, and then we do it again next month kind of energy. And so, yes, there's a lot of things we could do around pricing and kind of tracking where the money comes in and making sure you have more than one business account and all that kind of stuff, to where you're paying yourself out of this one, you're paying taxes out of that one, supplies are coming out of this one, and it'll start to feel a lot smoother. So those are things we can work on too. But even paying attention, being aware of it is a big deal. So that's good.
Asia, I want to let you know that I'm working with Tahira. I just signed up. I've been taking a while, but I just signed up for the account that she recommended and has a link for. And you're supposed to be able to have at least, I think she said we need at least 8 buckets or something.
You're supposed to have at least 5 business.
At least
accounts.
5.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So Relay can give you that amount. So I'm meeting her on Monday, I think, to find out what the next step is, because I am figuring that out too. Because what you said, doll, we need to figure out how that money is being tracked. So I'm working on it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I got the information from her when we were at your event, and like initially it kind of sounds like, oh my gosh, that number is a little daunting, that number that you have to put out for the investment. So it can be a little scary, but I know that some things that I'm just gonna have to do. I do have it in mind.
Here's a book that I would recommend to you guys, because this doesn't have to be that deep. And some of the tools, this is why, like, I'm glad everybody's in the dollhouse, and I'm glad we are all like doing the thing in the community. But some of the things that like Tahira and some others offer is like step 6 on the roadmap.
Okay. Because I really don't know what to do.
You're not there yet. You're not there yet. Okay. That's why. You know what I'm saying? So that's okay. But that doesn't mean you don't need it. It just might be, hold on a second. But there's a book.
Right. I'm just setting things up.
Yeah. There's a book that I'll find it, that makes this simple to understand. And there's also like a YouTube video that I used to recommend to people. And he basically talks about, he's one of my coaches, low key. Like I took a workshop from him a long time ago, but he's really, really good. But he talks about something that I had to learn the hard way before I knew that he teaches this in my own business. But you got to have more than one, not necessarily out the gate. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like tomorrow, but like as we grow, more than one business account, right? If I got to pay taxes at the end of the year or every quarter or whatever, that should be in its own little account. If I have certain overhead, expenses and things that I know I need to pay, that's in its own operating account. And in that budget, somewhere eventually, instead of me just, okay, there's enough money now I could take it out and pay my bills type energy, you should be basically paying yourself, either doing an owner's draw, or some of you guys will get to the point where you're able to W-2 yourself. Like I had to learn all this stuff. But by having it separated, it stops feeling like it all is in one bucket and it all comes out. And it also helps you plan. Like just because you have, $10,000 in there, not really, you don't, because 30% of that is, you know, that's going to be for supplies or, packaging or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, 20% of that is going to be for rent and for this and for that. So the money, it looks like it's all there and it's not even there. Like we need to just kind of have buckets for where all this stuff goes. So when I find this video and or book, I'll send it to you guys. I'll put it in the WhatsApp, I guess, because I don't know where it is right this second. But yeah, so these are things we definitely need to be thinking about, and the awareness is key. And the other part, the reason why I talk so much is because I want you to understand that every time you have an instinct like that, it's like, okay, I don't actually know, my money's coming in, but like it's feeling weird and it's just kind of going back out. There's a spiritual, a mental, and physical plane to everything. So the first awareness is, okay, singleness of mind, making sure my thoughts and emotions are not all over the place about this, and having some kind of sense of, let me put a time on my schedule to think about this, to research it, to, read about it. See what I'm saying? We got to do that part first. Boom. So I'm not like panicking, freaking out. I'm not anxious. I'm not ignoring it. It's just like, okay, boom. Then let me figure out, let me, go through all the research. Let me talk to some advisors. Let me get a bunch of energy in here about this thing so I can review my options. Let me target and zoom in on what it is that I'm thinking that I need to do. And then let me confer as I make this decision. Let me confer with my network and make sure this is what I actually need to be doing. Make it a decision. Boom. Then, okay, I'm going to, if I need to make a purchase or I need to make a change or I need to take an action, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Try it out. If it works, boom. Now this becomes my new system. This is how I do this now. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a process to anything. It's not just like, oh, I got to do something. Okay, tactic, and then try to do something. We don't do that because it's going to break your engine. You got to test the energy. You got to see, okay, I know they're telling me this thing, but are they doing it? Vision, values, strategy, experiment, embed. You see what I'm saying? So, oh, it's a new tool. Oh, it's a new opportunity. Oh, this could help me. I'm not sure. Seems like this is what I need. I think it's what I need. Okay, vision. All right, values. How are they moving? How are they talking? I already said we're not spending more than $500 on administrative tools in my business right now. Is this over that? Okay, that doesn't align. Maybe later. You got to pass it through that filter. We don't just do things because, oh, wait, I need to do this thing. Do you though? Like you're the CEO. Like you're driving the car. Like you have to stay on the North Star. That's what I'm telling y'all. It's very, we got to, because people, oh, you really need this. Yeah, but maybe I don't need it now. You know what I'm saying? Like possibly I need that, but maybe not now. That's why we have the entrepreneurs roadmap. I'm not on that part yet. Like, okay, let me get over here and I got you. I love it. But let me stay right here because most people don't know the roadmap. So everybody that you meet that helps business owners is going to tell you need what they have now because they don't know. You see what I'm saying? If you're cooking a cake, Asia, help me out. If I'm cooking a cake, I'm pretty sure we don't put the icing. It's flour. I pour the flour in the mixer and then icing. No. You know what I'm saying? Like no, I need icing, but not right now. So that's what I want for you guys. I don't care who it is. I don't care what they said you need. Do you need that in your business now? Very important.
Well, I love that because that's why I kind of run a lot of stuff by you first just to see what your thoughts are to
yes, you do. Exactly.
I guess, now that I know what my filter is, then you have been my filter, thus far. So it's helpful to know like no, you're not ready for this yet, or yeah, I think it's a good idea. So that helps. And
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes, agreed. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else? We're just sharing now. At this point, I'm done. I'm done for the day. Happy Friday. We made it. For real, if hearts and minds are clear, y'all what?
Just in time. I just got to my friend's house.
Beautiful, beautiful. So y'all, let's enjoy our, not that I won't be here tomorrow because I will, but enjoy this end of strong end. How do we say that? Enjoy the time. It's Saturday to Sunday and family time and the energy, the sunshine and all things. We got woodpeckers. Woody Woodpecker and all his family has moved in the backyard and they had babies. It's a lot. So we're going to see what kind of birds come out today. But I'll be back here tomorrow. Thank y'all for being you. And what is the dollhouse? Meditate on it. Give me some language. We're going to put a new document together. We go make a manifesto for ourselves so that it's easier for you guys to invite people to this good energy. Because I'll get you together. You know I will. But I'm the problem. I know that I am. I'm a lot. So together we can co-design this experience and make it more accessible to more people. So we can make this money and get off the financial grid. So I will end with my thing that I say to myself all the time. I've only said it to you once. So are you ready? We go. The world won't get no better if we all just let it be. I said the world won't get no better. Change is up to me, you and me. So be the change. Get off your assets. Get excuses out your way. And if procrastination is your dragon, you must slay. We gotta go. I gotta go. We're out. Pew!